So I'm Liam Harquin. I'm a mechanical design engineer at Spire. So my day-to-day can be very different. I really like the kind of varied work that we do. So in Spire we do all of the design work for our satellites. So we design, build, test and deploy our own kind of constellation for kind of dual use satellites. So my work can be engaging with lots of teams, so lots of kind of collaboration across the disciplines at early stage satellite layout. So it's almost like building Lego. Like you've got the internal modules and you're just making sure that things fit, and where they don't fit, kind of working out the challenges around that to try and make it work. So it can be from that kind of high level all the way through to designing a kind of like small hinge for a deployable mechanism. So our satellites go up and they're fairly small, but once they deploy and once they're in space, they kind of expand out because it's that's quite a challenge. But yeah, a really fun part of the job. So Spire are a data company. So we provide data to government, business, and researchers to make better decisions for Earth. So that might be providing data that improves weather forecasts or providing data that improves kind of global security. So to enable us to do that, we do all the design, build, test and deploy our satellites for our own purposes as well. Yeah, I'm really excited for just the general UK space development. The UK, and particularly Scotland, is growing so quickly on the kind of space environment stage, which is really exciting. Scotland and the UK is a growing power for particularly microsats in Glasgow. Glasgow's kind of gone from shipbuilding to spaceship building, which is so cool, and I think more people being aware of that is really important for continuing that momentum and growing it, because we've got our spaceports coming and we've got a lot of kind of growing industries adjacent to that. So we've got kind of launch companies, we've got Spire satellite companies as well. Yeah, I've always wanted to do space. I didn't know necessarily that it was always going to be engineering, but I knew I always wanted to be in the space industry. I never really grew out of that at any point. So going through school, I was always really focused on kind of the space aspects. When we were doing the solar system at school, I remember building something with my dad that was like the solar system and had a little rocket that launched. So I've always been really passionate about it. Going into secondary, I actually found out about the Scottish Space School, which is an opportunity hosted by Strathclyde University for 5th year students. And it's kind of like a 1 or 2 week course that you do during the summer in your kind of 5th year at secondary school. And it's all about space, and you get to meet astronauts and you get to meet kind of engineers in the kind of space industry, whether that's like Scotland or globally. So that was a really exciting opportunity that kind of set the path for engineering for me, being exposed to the options that were available. Off the back of that, I went to Strathclyde, did electrical mechanical engineering degree at Strathclyde. When I graduated from Strathclyde, and again, at Strathclyde I focused mostly on space stuff. The first few years were very interdisciplinary and very kind of cover-all, which laid a good foundation for going into kind of specialising in engineering. In my last years at university, I kind of focused on the space industry, and particularly CubeSats, which are kind of small satellites that are more accessible. So it lowers the bar for getting into space, which I think is really important to open the floor to ideas that people maybe won't get the funding to do a big satellite for. So that was my focus, and then graduating out of university, I started working here in manufacturing. So I kind of started working in the MEIT role, so I was doing the build, assembly and test of the satellites, and then from there I transitioned into the mechanical engineering role, and got to kind of be more involved with the design side. Yeah, that's pretty much the story.